Have you ever pondered the impact a simple "good morning" text can have on a man? It might seem like mere courtesy, a polite gesture, right? But honestly, those few lines can either ignite his interest in you all day long or instantly relegate you to the ignored pile. No hesitation. It's a gamble. Heads, you're the first thought he has upon waking. Tails, you fade into the background noise of his group chats, just another face in the crowd. But what if you could bypass luck altogether and meticulously craft each word, so that your messages awaken emotions, spark curiosity, and make him smile even before his first sip of coffee? The celebrated psychologist Carl Jung once said, "Words aren't just letters, they are keys to the subconscious." Once you grasp this, your messages will become more than cute pleasantries and morph into emotional keys. But far too many women stumble over the same tired ground. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Have a nice day. Sweet, sure, but utterly ineffective. Why? Because such messages lack the spark of emotion, leave no lasting impression, and inspire zero desire to respond. The secret isn't what you write, it's how it makes him feel. Epictetus observed that it's not the event that harms us, but our reaction to it. Jung would agree wholeheartedly. The power lies not in the text, but in the emotion it evokes. You know the feeling, sending a text, hoping for a reaction, and getting only silence in return. Sometimes the message isn't even read. It stings. But before you blame him, ask yourself, what did I send? Cliched phrases are like a door with a "do not disturb" sign. Imagine a stranger texting you, "Hey, how's it going?" Would you feel compelled to reply? Doubtful. Zero emotion, zero intrigue, zero reason to engage. Even worse is a message dripping with neediness. "Good morning, handsome. Have a wonderful day. Miss you. Hope to see you soon." It seems sweet on the surface, but he reads between the lines. "I'm already here, waiting, and you don't even have to lift a finger." Jung labeled these need projections, when we unwittingly reveal our dependence and scare away the very person we're trying to attract. Marcus Aurelius noted that a person's value lies in what they give. The same holds true for messages. If they lack emotional resonance, they're forgotten instantly. So how do you write texts he'll eagerly anticipate? The formula for the ideal message: it must evoke emotion, ignite curiosity, and leave a tantalizing hint of intrigue. For instance, "You won't believe the dream I had about you last night." Or, "Something today reminded me of you. It even made me laugh. Guess what I thought of when I woke up?" Ready to level up? Here are 7 ready-made messages that'll shake him out of his routine, make him crave your texts, and plant you firmly in his thoughts for the day. Ever been there? You send a message, hoping for a reaction, only to receive a dry "lol" and silence. It's because you revealed everything at once. It's like a movie trailer that shows the entire plot twist in the opening scene. Boring? Absolutely. If you want him not just to reply but to think about you, leave room for mystery. Let him wonder what you meant. That way, you not only hold his attention, but also prompt him to initiate the conversation himself. Try, instead of a banal "good morning," sending something that elicits a smile or mild confusion. "Just saw something that instantly reminded me of you. Can't stop laughing now." He's bound to ask what it was. And just like that, the dialogue begins. On your terms. The key is not to reveal everything at once. Let him work a little to uncover the rest of the story. That way, you not only pique his interest, but also show that you have your own life and aren't hanging on his every word. Remember, the less you reveal, the more he'll want to know. It's like a good book. If everything is clear from the first pages, there's no point in reading on. But if every line hints at something more, he won't be able to put it down. So don't be afraid to experiment with your texts, play with the delivery, and leave room for the imagination. And then, even a simple "good morning" transforms into a powerful tool that works in your favor. You lose his interest when you lay all your cards on the table at once. Carl Jung said that what remains half-hidden, unsaid, veiled in a light mist of mystery, has the strongest impact on the subconscious, because mystery sparks imagination, and where there's imagination, there's attraction. This is where your greatest advantage lies. A message with intrigue is like an open door he can't help but walk through. One of the most effective approaches is, "Good morning. "You won't believe the dream I had about you last night." Why does this work so reliably? Our minds are wired to hate unfinished stories. When information is incomplete, when there's no clear answer, he automatically starts filling in the blanks himself. Jung called this the magic of archetypes and symbols. That which isn't fully understood becomes an object of obsessive thoughts and irresistible curiosity. Such a message will catch him in its web without the slightest effort on your part. He'll involuntarily start wondering, what could she have dreamed? Was it romantic, funny, passionate? And before he even realizes it, he's already thinking about you. But here's a golden rule. Never reveal everything right away when he starts asking questions. Let his imagination run wild. Leave him in pleasant suspense. You can reply later with something like, "It's too personal to discuss in texts. Maybe I'll tell you when we meet." That small dose of mystery creates a powerful emotional anchor. He might not remember your exact words, but he'll definitely remember the exciting feelings you stirred within him. If you don't touch his emotions, you remain just another background character in his life. Ever had the feeling that a conversation with a man is circling around and around, as if the words are just floating in the air, not latching onto anything substantial? Jung explained that suppressed emotions don't just disappear. They simply hide in the depths of the subconscious, only to manifest later in the most unexpected ways. In relationships, emotions are the invisible glue that creates genuine connection between people. Try sending something like, "Good morning. May today be another step toward your most cherished dream. By the way, what have you been dreaming about most lately?" Such a message breaks the usual pattern of empty small talk. You give him something real, a chance to open up and show his true self. After all, deep down, everyone wants to feel understood and valued. And if you're the one who creates that space of sincerity for him, he'll remember you in a special way. When he shares his dreams, the most important thing is not to interrupt or devalue his revelations. Support him. That sounds really inspiring. What sparked your interest in that? Such a simple dialogue will create a much deeper connection between you than 1,000 empty compliments. Because a woman who knows how to speak from the heart doesn't need grand pronouncements to remain in memory for a long time. Awaken his imagination, and you're already halfway to conquering his emotional attention. Ever notice how some conversations keep playing in your head days after they took place? Jung explained this by saying that fantasy and imagination are bridges leading straight to the subconscious. It's there, in the depths of the psyche, that genuine desire is born. Try sending, "Good morning. If you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you choose to be?" His consciousness will instantly transport him to his chosen location. Maybe it's a serene beach with crystal-clear water, a bustling metropolis he's always dreamed of visiting, or some thrilling adventure that takes his breath away. And most importantly, you'll be invisibly present alongside him in that image, created by his imagination. This is an incredibly powerful psychological trick, because all the emotions he experiences while mentally painting that scene will unconsciously become associated with you. When strong feelings are associated with a specific person, he can't just forget them. When he replies, don't end the topic there, develop it. If he writes Paris, don't just say cool. Instead, continue with something like, oh, I can picture you with a cup of coffee in Montmartre, watching the city wake up. Are you drawn to French culture? In this way, you expand the boundaries of his fantasy, deepen the created image, and leave an indelible mark on his mind. This is the key difference between just another text exchange and that one woman whose image he won't be able to shake from his head for a long time to come. Carl Jung, in his works, described the concept of the collective unconscious in detail, the space of symbols, archetypes, and profound emotions shared by us all. This is exactly what you need to target. Such a message creates a powerful effect of understatement, leaving the story unfinished and therefore alluring to his mind. But remember the golden rule: never reveal all your cards at once. Play with his expectations, prolonging the pleasure. I'm not ready to tell you everything yet, but I'm sure you'll like knowing it. This is how you create that anticipation that, in the psychology of attraction, is more powerful than any drug. You're likely familiar with that feeling when, because of something unsaid, you can't stop thinking about a person. This is the magic of unfinished business. Our brains hate informational voids and are willing to spend days pondering the missing details. Jung repeatedly emphasized that what remains hidden inevitably transforms into a symbol, and symbols possess far greater alluring power than any obvious thing. Take note of the ideal message for creating such intrigue. Good morning. Something absolutely incredible happened to me yesterday, and my first thought was of you. I'll tell you more sometime. The effect won't be long in coming. As soon as he reads this, his brain will immediately start intensely searching for answers. What happened? Why did she think of me? Was it something funny, touching, or maybe even a little naughty? You're, in effect, opening a door to a mysterious world, but leaving most of it hidden. This is the magic of such messages. This technique creates what psychologists call an open mental loop, an unfinished process that the brain strives to bring to a logical conclusion at any cost. It's like an unfinished musical phrase that you just have to finish singing. But whatever you do, don't rush to reveal all your cards. When he inevitably asks for details, reply with something like, "I'm not quite sure I can tell you everything yet, but you know what? It made me smile like an idiot all evening." In this way, you not only maintain the tension, but also make him emotionally invest in you, putting more and more psychic energy into your dialogue. As Jung said, that which remains hidden in the depths of the subconscious only gains strength over time. The one who knows how to skillfully control the rhythm and intensity of communication, in essence, controls the dynamics of mutual attraction. Now let's talk about messages that awaken nostalgia. The past, especially when approached correctly, possesses tremendous emotional power. Remember how a randomly heard song can instantly transport you back in time, making you relive long-forgotten feelings? The ancient philosopher Epictetus argued that it's not the events themselves that matter, but how we remember them. Jung expanded on this idea, speaking of emotional symbols of the past as keys to the deepest layers of our psyche. If you can carefully make him relive a pleasant moment, even if that moment is slightly embellished, you'll reliably tie yourself to positive emotions in his memory. Try something like, "Good morning. I unexpectedly remembered that day we walked in the park. Remember how we laughed at that silly incident with the ice cream? It was so easy and good. Maybe we can do it again this weekend?" See how this works in several directions at once? First, you evoke pleasant nostalgia. He literally relives those emotions. Second, you subtly hint at the next meeting. But what if you don't have shared memories yet? That's not a problem. They can be skillfully created. For example, if you've ever talked about the sea, write, "This morning, I imagined us walking along a deserted beach at sunset. The water's warm, the sand's so soft under our feet, and in the distance, seagulls are calling. Strangely, it felt so real." In this way, you build an emotionally rich image that, even though it's entirely imaginary, is perceived by the psyche as something real and significant. Imagine the sound of the sea, a light breeze, and for some reason, I see you there. Would you like that to become a reality? Such images don't just create an emotional connection. They immerse a person in your inner world, becoming part of their fantasies and feelings, even if nothing has happened between you yet. Because, in the end, it's what we feel that matters most. The sixth type of message is the compliment that truly resonates. We're not talking about saying, "You're cute." A real compliment is like a thoughtful gift. It's not universal or cliched, but something specific to him. Imagine two gifts. One is generic, something anyone could give. The other is chosen with care. Only someone who really knows you could have picked it out. Which one will you remember? It's the same with compliments. The Emperor Marcus Aurelius said that everyone seeks recognition, but few receive it, truly. If you can provide that recognition, you'll stand out easily and for a long time. Here's an example of a powerful message. "Good morning. You know what I admire most about you? Your ability to see the funny side of any situation. It's so contagious." Why does this work? This message has three key elements. First, it's specific. You're not saying something vague like, "You're nice." You're noting a real quality. Second, it's sincere. He'll feel that you really see him, that you notice the details. And third, it creates associations with you. Every time he acts that way again, he'll remember you. Important. Avoid banal, cliched, or exaggerated phrases like, "You're the most incredible man on the planet." It sounds fake, even a little desperate. Instead, think about what he does, maybe without even realizing it. That makes you smile. Maybe it's his laugh, or how he talks about the things that inspire him, or how he gets serious when something important comes up. When you make such a sincere, personal compliment, you create an emotional imprint, and a woman who leaves that imprint remains in his mind for a long time. For real. Have you ever noticed how he gestures when he tells a story with enthusiasm, or with what passion he speaks about what is really important to him? These seemingly small things are actually very valuable. They are a manifestation of his essence, his true self, and if you see it and tell him about it, something changes between you. People feel a natural attraction to those who see them for real. If he understands that you appreciate something in him that others just don't notice, he will remember you every time it manifests itself. Carl Jung said that each of us has a deep, almost subconscious desire to be recognized, not only for what we show the world, but for who we are inside. And if someone can see that, he becomes unforgettable. And now we've come to the seventh and most powerful message. Believe me, it's capable of igniting the strongest feelings. It's the message that awakens anticipation and foreplay. Recall those times when you were so eagerly awaiting something that you couldn't get it out of your head. Maybe it's a date, or a gift, or a meeting you've long dreamed of. Anticipation filled with emotions is able to transform an ordinary moment into something special. Imagine you come to your favorite restaurant, sit down at the table, already anticipating your favorite dish, but instead of immediately bringing the order, the waiter, with a smile, says, "Today we have something special, prepared just for you, but it will be a surprise." Such a pause does not irritate. On the contrary, it ignites interest. The longer you wait for something, the more important it becomes. Seneca said that what is easily obtained is rarely truly valued, and Jung added, "Everything that remains hidden deeply touches our subconscious." That is why, if you can awaken anticipation in him, if you make him wait, not just wait, but wait for something from you, you will instantly take a special place in his mind. This could be a small gesture, a detail, a story, a surprise, but it is this mystery that will make your presence in his thoughts inevitable. Want an example of how this might sound in a message? Here is a simple phrase with enormous power hidden within it. "Good morning. I'm preparing something for you, and you can't even imagine how much I want to see your face when you find out." Such a short message starts 3 emotional mechanisms at once. First, it evokes instant curiosity. He will want to know exactly what you are preparing. Second, you automatically become the center of his thoughts. He will scroll through possible options in his head. And third, you find yourself in charge of the situation. Now he is waiting for something that only you can show him, and only when you deem it necessary. And here's a little secret that many miss. For such magic, you don't need an expensive gift or a grand gesture at all. Sometimes a simple action filled with meaning is enough. It could be a photo with a special hint, a song that reminds you of something, a message filled with emotion, or a favorite drink that you unexpectedly sent him in the middle of the day. Remember, the magic is not in the object, but in how you frame it with emotion. True connection is created not through scale, but through intention. If you need to take only one thought out of this video, let it be it. Each of your words is either a bridge or a barrier. Each message you send can either open the door to true intimacy or close it, even if you don't notice it. The most common mistake that women make is empty, mundane messages. Phrases without emotion, without a spark, without meaning. They do not elicit a response. Without a response, there is no interest. It is then that the conversation simply disappears. Those 7 messages that you heard today are not just phrases. These are emotional codes. They are carefully built on the basis of real psychological mechanisms: curiosity, intrigue, nostalgia, creative imagination, deep connection, sincere recognition, anticipation. These words are not accidental. They work because they are built into ourselves. Jung rightly asserted that symbols and emotions are the key to human relationships. When you understand what to say and how to present it, you don't need to beg for attention. On the contrary, he himself will be drawn to you. And here's what I want you to do right now. Share in the comments. Which of these messages did you like best? Which one would you like to try first? Write its number. And if you have personal experience, a message that once worked perfectly, be sure to tell about it. Our audience becomes stronger when we share real stories. If you want to continue learning to speak in a way that you are heard, if you feel that communication sometimes does not move from a dead center, or you cannot stand out among hundreds of others, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. YouTube does not always show such videos, but with the bell, you will not miss anything. And finally, one more important piece of advice. If you still start the conversation with the phrase, "Hi, how are you?" you may already be closing the door at the start, without even suspecting it. Yes, it's polite, but it's not emotional, it's not exciting. If you want to know how to start a dialogue so that he can't ignore you, click on the video that appeared on the screen right now. There I show you what exactly you should say to catch on for real. You have two ways. Continue to write the way you always wrote and hope for a miracle, or start applying what you learned today. Take control of your communication, and see how your presence begins to leave a mark. See you in the next video, and remember, a woman who knows what to say never goes unnoticed.